Hi guys, it's Lynn again, and today, as again, I'm not going to show you how I eat, or we're not going to eat today, or I'm not going to cook, but we're going to talk about some facts. Some facts, what is really happening outside there, here in Germany with us. I think every land or every country right now has its regulations and restrictions that is implemented by the government. So by now, Germany is shutting down in many parts of public life in a bid to hold the spread of to hold the spread of coronavirus. So today, let us talk about the restrictions here in Germany and how we manage it, how the population or the people manage it and embrace it. As of Tuesday afternoon, today afternoon, there were more than 8,500 confirmed coronavirus cases in Germany, and 23 people have died already. That's the current numbers right now. For the reason that the Robert Koch Institute, or RKI, that was the reason that this RKI has raised the disaster level into a high level. So they are totally in alarm right now. And yesterday, I heard it from the news that Bavaria, or Bayern, as we say here in Germany, has already declared a disaster, a high disaster status in their state right now. Our Chancellor, our German Chancellor Angela Merkel, yesterday appealed to the public for their understanding and to follow the new regulation, which will be effective today, Tuesday. Just like our president in our country in Philippines, he also asked our people, our community, to follow the implemented rules right now. There have never been measures like this in our country before. They are far-reaching, but at the moment, they are necessary. That's what Merkel says. So guys, sa mga kapwa Pilipino ko, to my fellow Filipinos who are saying that what is our president implementing right now is a kind of a martial law, that's wrong. I'm so sorry to say, but I don't agree with that. Because it's not only our president, or it's not only our government who implemented restriction these days. As well as here in Germany, we also have those restrictions. So that means there is no martial law that is happening, because we don't take that implementation right now here as a martial law. She added that the federal, states, and local authorities were responsible for implementation, which is true. Every state, Germany is composed of several states, and the local authorities, and every state has its own local authorities. Just like, again, in Philippines, in our country, what our president says, like the barangay captains has its own responsibilities to check and control his or her people or her society, if they are in good, or are they following the rules or the restriction. And I think he also talked about like distributing some foods or necessary things for them. Reducing social contact is the most effective way to contain spread of coronavirus, said Merkel, which is right. The more individuals stick to these rules, the faster we will get through the crisis, the Chancellor said. Like, again, I'm going to say, like what our president or our government right now is implementing and telling you guys to stay at home, we must follow. It's the same thing what happened in Italy. Before, they thought it's just like, because everything is closed, they don't have classes, they don't need to go to work, so they thought it's a vacation. So what they did, they went out, they had fun, they make shopping, they go out and meet friends, and that's how the virus really spread really fast and quick. So now what happens? It's a disaster. Now, for us here in Germany to control the spread of this virus, because as I know, there's still no cure that is found out or discovered. There is no vaccine that can go against this virus, so we really have to take care. What we all can do is to take care and give an extra care for ourselves, be vigilant, and let us try to make the spread really slow and avoid the spread of the virus. That's the best thing we can do right now. I'm sorry, I am yung dila ko namimilipit. And since yesterday, the government here in Germany have implemented or have declared some restrictions, which are the shops or which establishments that are going to close and which are the establishments that are allowed to open. So here's what's going to close here in Germany. Shops, shops that is really not providing necessary things, malls and outlet centers. I could understand that because malls will be very crowded, outlet centers is very crowded, which will be one of the reasons that the virus can really spread really quick. Bars and clubs, of course, because it's partying everywhere and then people get drunk and they don't know what they touched. All opera or theaters, cinemas are all closed. Museums and exhibition and other leisure places like swimming pools also, they are also closed. So really vacation for us right now, guys, are all canceled because there's no sense of driving somewhere else right now, as we are also not allowed to see or to go around and see some things or to have some fun staying at home. We keep ourselves, our families safe. We help the community, not the virus to spread. And we save money. And we spend more time with our family. We always look for the positive, guys. So, arcades, casinos, and betting shops, bordels are all closed. Sports facilities or fitness studios are also closed because there you are going to sweat, you're going to touch. So that's also like very risky places. And the schools already closed, of course, because we need to, we don't know what are the kids are doing there. And you know that kids are always, most of them are the one who's the carrier. They play everywhere, they touch everywhere, they share drinks, and that's what we are trying to avoid, because in that case the virus also spread that really quick. So all schools here right now are closed. And if you're asking, guys, then what are the kids doing right now? What are they learning? That has nothing to worry, because the teachers have prepared some materials, school materials and learning materials for them. So every day also, they also have their own activities and assignments to do here at home. So it's like we are making a home a home school, and they can also learn over the internet. They also have their own PIN and passwords to go in and make their own activities there. That was really good. I find it really, really helpful. And if you're asking, guys, so what is happening to the parents who's working if the kids are not able to go to schools? For emergency cases, the school minister have implemented that there are some teachers or there are some schools that can cater a couple of numbers of kids. But those are the kids with parents who are really working for, like, frontliners, like police, soldiers, medical staffs, something like that. Those are the people that cannot really leave their jobs. So they are given the privilege that they are allowed to send their kids to this, we call it Betreuung, or like, I don't know how do we call it in English, like a daycare, something like that. For us regular employees, what we did, I'm just lucky enough that my partner stays with the kids whenever I work. And but for those who don't have really the chances to go or to bring their kids to the school, it is also implemented, or they're also given the privilege that their own employers will take care of it, or they're going to be given a good plan for working, as a good plan or something like that. Everything has its always a way. So that's what is happening right now here. And so we talk about what are the establishment that's going to close. Of course, even there are establishments that are closing, we also have establishments that are allowed to open. Restaurants and cafes can stay open, but they will have to close really early. At 6 p.m., they should be closed already. But nothing to worry, guys. Deliveries, food deliveries and everything, they're also open. There is no shutdown. It's 20. I don't know if there's a 24 hours delivery here, but they are allowed to deliver, and they are allowed to continue to operate. In restaurant, they are also allowed to open with some kind of restrictions of this distance regulation from the tables and the customers. They have to practice that one also, and then they have to follow, or else it will be I think there are fines to be imposed. So, and here are the establishments that will stay open in the midst of this crisis. Supermarkets, where you can really buy your stuffs, your necessity, daily necessity foods and everything. Like where I work, we are open. And now, as what I've heard, normally we are not allowed to open on Sundays, guys. Here in Germany, all shops, all supermarkets, it's only restaurant that's open. Every Sunday, everything is closed. But this time, they said, that's what I've heard, supermarkets are also allowed to open on Sundays to cater everybody. So retail and wholesale establishment for food, it's the same with supermarkets. Weekly markets, like I think we call it in Bisaya tabo, or market days, like the markets outside, it's still going. They are still allowed to practice. It's their own decision. Like what I've said before, delivery service are still going to continue to practice, or no, to operate, I mean. Pharmacies, of course, they're open. Medical supply stores, drug stores, like what we have in Philippines, Watsons, we have here Rossmann, DM, and everything, they are open. Gas stations, banks, and post office. And what I find really funny, guys, I don't know what's the reason behind this. Hairdressers or salon, how do you call? We call it parlor, hair parlor, or whatever, beauty parlor. They're open. They're allowed to open if they want to. It's their own also. It's their own decisions. I don't find it reasonable to let this hair. It's my own opinion. I don't find it reasonable to let these hair salons open, because we can also keep our hair long, or we can also do for men's, we can also do their own hair, or I cut my boys' hairs here at home by my own. So I don't find the necessity from the hair salon or the beauty salon, something like that. So I don't know if there's a reason behind this, why they let this hair salon still open at the midst of this crisis. But we will see what is happening after this, because there's a lot of people who's reacting about this issue. And religious gatherings, like in the churches, they are banned. Mosques and other religious communities, including services, will also not be allowed under the plans. It's sad, but you guys, we don't need to go to church to pray. We also can pray here at home, and we just need really to have our faith. And definitely He's really going to listen to us. So hotels, they are actually not closed, but they are not accepting bookings for tourists. Hotels will be just used for just a necessary thing or emergency things, like emergency purposes. Playgrounds, they're also going to close. I think here with us here, they're already closed. Also to avoid the spread of the virus, because kids are playing there, and when the kids get this virus, they went home, they bring the virus at home, and we don't know at home they also have their lolas, their grandpas, grandparents, and these are the people in the group of the higher risk. So wherever possible, stay at home, avoid close contact, like what I've said even before, and have an understanding for all these guys. Please listen to this, and to my fellow Filipino, have an understanding to all restrictive measures. We have to understand why our government is implementing this. We have to accept facts. This time, guys, it's a matter of understanding and accepting facts. Para tayong it's like we look at this like the government is now our parent, who's teaching us, who's giving us lessons, what to do and what not to do. So I believe we, as a children of our parents, we have to follow them. We have to listen to them, because they are only thinking for our own good. So the Robert Koch RKI is also trying to urge the people not to go for parties and gathering, because right now, because there's no work, there's no classes, and bars are not open, disco places are not also open. So what they're doing right now, actually guys, mayroon ding matitigas ang ulo dito sa Germany. So what they're also doing right now here, instead of going to the bars and everything, because they don't have the possibility to do that, they make their own parties. Guys, please refrain from doing this. To my fellow Filipinos also who's living here abroad, please let us refrain doing these things, like gathering, because we have nothing to do, so we gather together, we eat, we have fun, we make karaoke, or we play some cards. Guys, please refrain doing this. The situation right now is not a joke anymore. So it's not a fun anymore. It's pandemic. It's the whole world. The whole world is suffering right now. So let's take it seriously. Like what they said, the situation is very serious and changes daily. Unfortunately, the changes are not for the better. It's getting worse and worse. The Germany, I think, I'm not sure when did it started. I think if it started Monday or like the other days already, but I know that Germany already started to close their borders. The border from Austria, Switzerland, also from Denmark. But I've heard, I think the border in Poland also is already closed. But I've heard that the border in Belgium is not yet closed, but there are restrictions, there are also controls. So they are also trying to close the borders right now. I am not sure if we're really going to have lockdown. I don't want to say that. We are not totally in lockdown right now here, but it's some kind of lockdown, not really lockdown, but maybe we will also get into that situation, because the numbers of this of the infected people right now here in Germany, it's really going higher and higher. It's not going lesser and lesser. It's really going higher and higher, and we cannot do anything from it but to avoid the spread of this virus and to slow it down until that the vaccine or the cure of this will be discovered already. So panic buying, yes, it's happening here every day. It's happening here, and nobody can control it also. Guys, again, I'm going to tell you, there's no reason to make this panic buying. Yes, you're allowed to stock some things in your home for your safety, to secure your food, to secure your own necessity. But panic buying, guys, there's no reason from it, because like what I've said, supermarkets is going to be open in the midst of this crisis to provide your food, to provide your own necessity. um, Panic buying, it's just going to give you stress. There's no reason for you to get afraid that maybe there would be no stocks anymore that is coming, that maybe there would be no deliveries anymore that is coming because of this border control or border closing the borders. No, because in the border, um, the big trucks, the delivery trucks for this foods, they are allowing it to surpass. So there's no reason to get terrified from it. Everything is under control. And guys, one thing, I wanted to remind my own fellow in my country. This time, guys, I think it's time for us to listen and follow them. Follow our government. It's for your own good, and it's serious. Um, I hope you guys there will always be safe. We keep ourselves here in the other country safe. We try our best. For our family over there, not to worry. And guys, for us, one favor to our family over there in Philippines, also take care. For us also here that is too far away from you, would also not be worried. And to our neighbors, to our friends, to our fellow Filipinos, please be cautious, be vigilant, and just follow the restrictions and the implemented rules right now. For our family, be safe, or for our family to keep safe as well, para hindi rin sila magkasakit. Because if one of you guys is not going to follow, if one of you guys matigas ang ulo and is keep on doing what they want, then there's a possibility that this virus will really reach our family over there. That's what I am afraid of. So guys, again, it's me, Lynn. I hope you have get some information from me from this video, and I wish you all well. I wish you a good health and be safe. Keep safe every day, and pray. Let us pray. Let's just believe that there's still God there looking at us. That is going to cover us and keep us all safe. And don't forget to wash your hands after you click the subscribe, the like, and the bell. So bye for now, guys.